Hello everybody, welcome back. It's JudiciousFire, and I am here with the new update, new hero. It is Beserker. Gonna take a look at why this hero is interesting. Gonna take a look at some combinations and experiments that I've been running. And also do a little bit of feedback on the hero. Maybe rate him, see how he can be used best in this game. Please hit the subscribe button. Keep up with videos like this. Let's go right into our look at Beserker. Here is Beserker in his normal form. Here he is in his skin form. Sort of a skeleton, a flaming skeleton beast. All right, as we describe this hero, please do not pay attention right now to any talents or insignias or setups that I have on him. I'm going to tell you why in a couple of minutes as we run some experiments. Okay, every couple of seconds, this guy is going to do 5 hits, 5 strikes, 5 attacks. They fan out in these projectiles. Now, if you're taking on a boss or like the archdemon, all of those will count as just one hit. It'll be like Spirit Mage, who throws out 15 magic missiles. That's just one attack when it's up against a single enemy. But this guy destroys bases. You park him in the corner, and it's just one blast after another, 5 every second. In a matter of seconds, he can clear a board. He gains health based on the damage that he is dealing. When he is killed, he does self-destruct. It's 1,000 of his attack damage. So the higher you get that, the greater effect of his self-destruct. If you put a revive on him, he will come back and he will continually self-destruct every time he revives. He is not like Santa Boom, who only self-destructs one time, even if he has a revive. During this whole process, if he's killed, he stands, even without a revive, a 66% chance to revive. He will have 60% of his health. Okay. I tried him in multiple experiments. Let's do one right now, and let's take a look at what happens when we use a revive on a guy who's got a skill that provides revive. Let's check that out. Okay, here I am. I'm going to be doing a lot of practice on Rashash's base. Rashash is one of our highest might players, one of our top players here on iOS, one of our greatest archdemon players. And what he has is a damage-capped hero in the corner. And he doesn't have heroes auto-procking on base that are going to mess with these results. So this is a good testing base to use. Let's take a look right now. Don't worry about the self-destruct. Let's take a look right now what happens when we run a revive on Beserker. Okay, man's dead. Comes back with full health. Is killed, and the percentage chance to revive did not activate. Revive does work on him. If you give him a revive 10 through insignia or talent, he will come back from the dead 2 times, and each time it will be to 100% health. So there is some utility in using a revive talent or insignia because you're guaranteeing 2 full revives at full health, and then in addition giving him those percentage chances to revive. So it is effective. Okay, after I read his skill description online a couple of days ago, I had this thought in my head. To use him to suicide himself. His self-destruct cuts through damage caps. It ignores damage caps of Zeph, Lava, Dove, etc. If we can get his attack damage high enough, is he able to explode and kill off some of these damage-capped heroes? That was my very first experiment today. I tried to jack up his attack as high as possible, just basically get him up there so when he does explode, it really does mean something. I gave him an Unholy Pact for this experiment. I gave him a Iron Will, and I give him a big attack boost, also preventing stun, etc., etc. That 1,000% attack damage, we're going to see the effect of that, and we're going to see what happens when we jack up his attack, and if he's able to actually take out heroes. And just in addition, I've got the man up to almost 80,000 base attack. That is a result of this pet. Also, I have equipped him with a Cursed Battlefield because what it does is it allows enemies to take more damage. And when you have something that ignores damage caps, that does count. Let's see how effective he is. Okay, we're going to drop Beserker right up against Zeph. We have him set to maximum attack damage for where I have him right now. I didn't do his traits yet, but... Okay, he dies. Got that percentage chance to come back. It worked again. That one was a good one. You see that he did do some damage against Zeph. It wasn't enough yet to get him killed. To get Zeph killed. Got Beserker killed about 4 or 5 times. Let's try it again. All right, we're going to try it again. Right up against Zeph. Explodes. Took out a fair amount of Zeph's damage. Or Zeph's health pool. Let's try something else. All right, I'm starting to get the feeling, starting to get the impression that this explosion, this self-destruct is accuracy dependent. And running this guy pure attack means he's just going to miss with his self-destruct. So I've now put a sharpen on him to increase his accuracy by 30%. And then in addition to that, put a pet on him to increase his accuracy. And in addition to that, the pet decreases the dodge capability of any enemy in the nearby area. Well, let's give that a try. Okay, we're going to try the same technique, but now we're going to switch heroes. We're going to go over and see what it does against Dove. He took out about 50% of her health. And the only one he was unable to kill off was the one that was slightly out of the range of his self-destruct, which appears to be about 5 to 6 squares. Let's try one more time. Back to the left again. Let's give him a try. He took everybody out. Okay, I'm starting to see what the problem is here. Kind of in a nutshell, what our heroes are described as doing through skill description is often wishful thinking. The reality of those heroes in today's game, they perform very differently than their skill description might describe. When it's against mindless automatons in the dungeon who have no abilities, well, he's a champion. He's amazing. He just killed 12 Dove Keepers in a matter of seconds. But if you're taking on heroes that have dodge and that have the ability to reflect and deflect and do all the dozens upon dozens of things that real heroes can do on a base, then you're going to have a slightly harder time. Okay, now we're getting down to brass tacks here. Good friend USMC, who was formerly an Android player, top HBM players, moved over to iOS, now our number 1 HBM player. He's been kind enough to put 3 heroes out on board and a 4th in the center to cancel the Warden system. I've also canceled my Warden system. Got the 3 major damage capped heroes in the game, the major ones. He has removed pets. He has also removed insignias. He has accuracy or attack on Dove as well as Zeph. So there's no dodge involved. He does have dodge on Lava. Let's try a different series of experiments. Right up against Dove. Okay, his self-destruct took out half a Dove's life. Let's try again. This time let's try it with Zeph. We're definitely doing damage that's exceeding his damage cap. But Zeph's immediately healing it up through his own skill-based healing. Let's try again. Let's try against Lava. He just hit Lava for a self-destruct of 800,000. Okay, I now have this guy with a 10 Unholy Pact, a 10 Iron Will, a Punching Box, Hyper Strength Enchantment, and I started to put attack traits on the guy. I nearly had this guy jacked up as high as you can get in terms of attack. And the attack damage he causes. And you see the difference. One self-destruct nearly took out Dove. The second one killed her. Let's try it against Lavanicas. The self-destruct misses. It is dependent on accuracy. And we got Zephyricas. All right. Okay, watch this one. He does this series of revives. That last strike was able to kill Dove, or able to kill Lava. He's getting very lucky with his revives. Very, very lucky. He's out. Let's try Triantar. Okay, our friend can be revived by Tree and Serena and Rambard, even after all of those extra revives that he has built in, or the chance opportunity. I'm going to try this guy, try the Beserker, now in Archdemon. And let's see how he does. His ability to attack with basic attack as well as every 1 second pumping out those hits. They will only count as one hit against the Archdemon. Even though he's firing 5 projectiles, they all come at the same time, thereby qualifying as one successful attack. We'll see. I put a Sunder on him. Sunder 10, a Brawler's 10, a Pyre Mage 6. I don't have his traits done, but it won't make a tremendous difference. We'll get the general idea. We're doing deals true damage, energy recovery demon. I'm at 755 plus 6 ADs killed. Tenos in first place with the big score, cracking 800 million extra damage. Yes! And Rashash, who's been kind enough to be the practice for the variety of this video, for the majority of this video, Rashash in second place with 758. I got to come up with 3 million more damage. Let's see how he does. Coming down to our last 30 seconds now. And he's well behind in others in terms of this particular game mode. I would be like 12 seconds ahead of this if I had not taken out Crystal Wraith. I took out Crystal Wraith because you see heroes are already hitting vast majority of the time, hitting 500k. And I went with DPS as well as my need for a healer. Looks like we're going to be like 5 and 1.6? 5 and 1.8. I see him as an interesting hero for DPS and like boss modes, but I don't see him necessarily being a Archdemon hero because he's not spawning like Trixie, Gunny, and Dove. And that does hamper him in terms of DPS. Let's check him out in Hero Trials. I have an Empower on him, and you notice his energy bar is full and nothing's happening. So he is doing nothing, just sitting there. It will require direct contact with the enemy before he starts actually activating his attacks. And now we see them going off, hitting 5 at a time. So not an auto-proc hero. In terms of his enchantments, just talk about that real quick. And traits. He is dependent on accuracy, even the self-destruct. So if you go all accuracy, you'll hit, but you won't do enough damage against the opponent to make a difference. If you go all damage, he'll not hit. So it wouldn't matter which one. So maybe there's the case for health, something like that. I would probably go accuracy on a pet or on Beserker, and health maybe on a pet. Some combination of those two. Maybe try to do attack talents and things like that. Maybe that'll help if you're going for the route of taking out heroes with his self-destruct. I think it's also important to point out that his self-destruct, it's only ever functioning every few seconds, unless the man's immediately killed back to back to back. In that 1, 2, 3 seconds, a hero has healed, because there's all these healing pets and all these auto-proc healers going off and all this stuff. And the hero itself might be healing by skill. You've got to suppress healing if you want to use the Suicide Soldier build. So either through Malaise or through the Soul Healer that I had just a moment ago. This hero does an interesting thing. He has a chance to come back, but when he blows up, he can break damage caps. That's the best part about him. We have plenty of heroes that send out little projectiles. We got Dread Drake, who does 3 times as many. If we build this guy as a suicide soldier, if you will, and ensure the fact that he's going to blow up and at a very high attack damage rate, then we've built a hero that is instantly turned to dust the second he's dropped on the board. It takes then just one auto proc from a Walla Walla or from a Ripper, and he's instantly killed. It's very difficult to get him close enough to Zeph and to Dove to get that kind of self-destruct mechanism going. Also, it does require people like USMC who are willing to take the pets off their heroes and put their damage-capped heroes in the corner. So you have to have opponents who actually say, here's an easy battle for you, okay? Have fun experimenting. In real gameplay, that's not going to work. I can see him being very good against the computer in certain ways and in certain game modes. Against real-life players, I don't see him being a really important hero in terms of how he's going to be affecting this game. If you build him to live and you give him damage reduction and survivability, extra health, etc., then what you've done is you've taken away the one thing that distinguishes him from all the other heroes. Now he doesn't die and doesn't self-destruct. So he's just pumping out projectiles. So he can be used to destroy bases if you give him like a True Piety and a Sacred Light. Even a Soul Healer I found to be helpful, and a Sacred Light or a True Piety. He is not immune to a lot of conditions, like the freeze from Boreal Fox. He'll just stand there. He won't do anything. Also, he can be silenced, and his revives can be taken away from him. He'll just die one time, even with a revive talent. So I would say this is a hero that depends on so many factors and seems very, very niche. I think very similar to Cinder Matron, the last hero that they released through gem rolling. You have to build the hero in such a way in order to take advantage of its abilities. But by the time you're done building the hero in that way, the hero is useless. Okay, so in order to give this hero an answer, I got to come up with a question. And in order for this hero to have a solution, I have to invent a problem. That's not good. Okay? So until I see different ways, and I'll do a follow-up video if I do, different ways to make him effective, I'm not going to, he's a good hero, but, like a C hero. A decent survivability if you want to build him that way. Decent ability to do base damage. Not so much hero damage because he doesn't cut through damage caps unless he dies. Okay. I hope the game's treating you well. I hope you're enjoying the new update. I'm hoping for the next hero, the mage, to have a little bit more utility. I'm not going to close the book on Beserker just yet, but for right now, this story is one I've been told before. Happy clashing, everybody, and enjoy. All right, bye-bye.